Do you want to know why you're going to love living in Cave Spring?
Stay tuned to find out. Hey there, it's Hal Cohn.
And Chris Cohn together, or with Cohn Realty Group.
This has to be your first time to our channel, or maybe your 10th time to our channel, and you haven't clicked that subscribe button. Do yourself a favor, click that subscribe button now, as well as that bell icon, so you're notified each and every time that we release a new video about living, working, and playing in the amazing Roanoke Valley. Do it now.
That's right, it's pretty incredible, and you'll want to find out why by watching our videos. If you, your friends, or your family are interested in moving to or within Roanoke, Salem, Botetourt, and the surrounding areas, we would love to have a conversation with you. You can call us, text us, or email us. What if we told you within this beautiful valley that we live in here that we have a place that was voted number 9 in best suburbs to live in Virginia, and number 12 in best places to retire in Virginia?
Then number 19 in best places to buy a house in Virginia, as well as a niche.com overall rating of A+.
It's here!
It is here, right outside of Roanoke, a place called Cave Spring. So undoubtedly you've done your research, you've been Googling, you've been YouTubing, you've been searching for that destination, and you typed in Cave Spring, Virginia, and you found this video.
Absolutely. And so what we want to bring to you is all the great things you can expect to find when you live in Cave Spring. We're going to explore a lot of things today during this video, like amenities, one of your favorite things, restaurants, shopping, medical. Am I missing anything? Schools, housing. Yes. I can't forget housing. I mean, we're realtors after all.
That's right. So we're going to give you top to bottom as much information as we can that's going to be highlighting Cave Spring, Virginia, just for you, so you get a good feel for it and understand what a wonderful place it is going to be for you to call home.
All right, so we're going to start talking about Cave Spring, and just an overall feel of it is if you're moving from a more metropolitan area, more urban area, say somewhere like Atlanta, Raleigh, Richmond,
D.C.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Then Cave Spring is an area that might feel a little familiar to you. It's going to look more normal, if you would, more suburbia, more suburban atmosphere. Mm-hmm. There's not really a true city center inside of Cave Spring. However, there are amenities all around. It's very easy access to get to anything you need, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, super convenient.
Yeah, and that's why I think there's a lot of appeal to living in Cave Spring that our clients love, is not only the feel and the vibe of the community, but just easy access to everything.
Yeah, and so with that, you know, when you're talking about suburbia, when you're talking about being in a suburb of a major metropolitan area, main thing you're looking for out there is you're going to be looking for housing, right? Mm-hmm. So in Cave Spring, you're going to find multiple styles of houses. You're going to find some older neighborhoods. You're going to find some newer neighborhoods that are going to be traditionally what you see where you're from, even around here. And you're going to have ranch-style houses. You're going to have colonial. Mm-hmm. We actually got some videos on all the neighborhoods in Cave Spring that are super popular, so make sure you check those out.
And some contemporaries tucked in, too. That's what I like.
Yeah, we talked to a guy yesterday talking about his contemporary house that he loves so much because he's from California. So anyways, we do have some of that here as well, so not just your traditional builder grade type of tract homes per se. So you're going to have some uniqueness at your fingertips also.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you're wondering about the current real estate market here, especially in Cave Spring, you know, what we're seeing is there is a 0.84 month supply of inventory, which means less than a month's supply of inventory just means that, hey, we've got a little bit less than a month worth of homes that can be sold. So those homes will sell in less than a month because we've got such limited inventory. So with that, over the last year, from 2020 to the end of 2021, we did go about 9% as far as appreciation in the Cave Spring area. So the average purchase price over there right now is around $325,000 in the Cave Spring area. A lot of those are 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms, some 5 bedrooms, but you're going to be able to find a multitude of options when it comes to housing styles, types, and prices in the Cave Spring area here in the Roanoke Valley. So one of the biggest questions we get from people looking to move to the Roanoke Valley is, what about the schools, right? So, and as we've told you before, as realtors, we can't steer you to a specific school district or specific house based on the schools. However, we've done a little bit of analysis and you are asked to do the same. Yes. But here's what we found when we looked online for specific grades and what people are saying about the schools in the Cave Spring area, which is housed inside of Roanoke County in the valley here.
Yeah, that's good to point out. Cave Spring does sit within Roanoke County. That's the municipality that it's within. And Roanoke County kind of surrounds Roanoke City, kind of like a donut. If you've heard that, you may have heard that in one of our other videos.
Yep, she says that a lot.
I do. It's a good way to explain it.
Yeah, it is.
But overall, on niche.com, it received an A rating for their schools. So well done. And then Roanoke County Schools was rated number 11 out of 132 schools in Virginia. So,
on schooldigger.com.
Yeah, on schooldigger.com. And then above average, Roanoke County was voted above average according to great schools. So these are just a couple of resources that you can use. But overall, like you said, you have to do your research to find out what's best for your family and what needs there are. We will say that there's quite a few public schools as well as private schools throughout the whole valley to choose from. So find out what works best for your family.
When we talk to folks moving to the area, one of their top questions is schools, but also they're wondering, what can we do in the valley? What are we going to have access to? And in Cave Spring, you're going to have a plethora of opportunities for things to do for you and your family. Fido, whoever is part of your family, y'all are going to have things to do in Cave Spring area.
I like that plethora. That's nice.
Hey, yeah, I got big words today.
Other than amazing.
That's right.
That's great.
Praise the Lord.
Yeah, so I want to start off at South County Library because it is such a beautiful attraction to this area. I mean, just the very site of South County Library, it's nestled into this little valley. It's surrounded by mountains. It's a gorgeous setting for a huge new library. And there's even trails behind it, and that really gives you a good sense of the valley and topography and all the flora and fauna. But inside the library, as you know, with most great libraries, there's a lot of activities. There's a lot of events, there's classes, there's workshops, whatever you can think of is right there at the library. So that's a nice central hub for the community.
And books. And computers.
Of course.
And DVDs.
Of course.
And audiobooks.
And a great children's section.
Tons of resources.
Yes, yes. Not to mention the most obvious things like books.
They have community events. They have, other things that to do there as well. Like you said, it's like, I think one time we were there, I saw a brochure for like an Excel class. So you can actually make that brain just a little bit sharper, learning a new skill.
I like that.
Yeah.
So adjacent to the South County Library, there are numerous parks as well. And they're not even just centered there. It's all over the Cave Spring area. But one that's near and dear to my heart is Darrell Shell Park, because that's where I grew up playing t-ball, and they have a beautiful playground out back. It's just very massive. It's extensive, and that's adjacent to Penn Forest Elementary School.
Yeah, nope. Good job.
Yeah, thank you.
And then across the road from there, not too far down, is also Starkey Park. So you've got fields there. You've also got soccer fields and baseball. Yes.
The great American sport.
One of those days, folks.
Yeah. And then, not to mention, so we've got playgrounds, parks, and trails all throughout, but there's also access to the Blue Ridge Parkway, relatively easy. So you've got access to that. And not to mention, we kind of touched on this, but youth and adult sports leagues, you can certainly sign up for those. So that's something to do. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and a lot of people who are moving here, they're like, we're moving there for the outdoor amenities and activities, right? So if you're in Cave Spring, you're going to be super close to those. Like she said, if you go to South County Library, you can read for a while, you can go for a walk, you can go play on the playground across the street. I mean, you're going to be super conveniently located in Cave Spring to do some fun things. So in order for you to stay in the correct shape so that you can do those fun things out and about in the community when you're living in Cave Spring, you're gonna have to get your fitness on.
That's right. Get pumped
up. That's right. So cardio, muscle, strength training, and you're gonna have a lot of opportunities to do that in Cave Spring.
A bunch, yeah. So here is the home of Crunch Fitness and also Orange Theory, as well as Carillion Wellness. There are a lot of options here, and Carillion Wellness is a fitness center. They have multiple locations throughout the valley, and this location they have a pool as well, so that's a really nice feature that is perfect in the summertime. It's just really fantastic.
Yeah, and so you're going to have weights, you're going to be able to do free weights, you're going to be able to do classes, you're going to be able to do spin classes, you're going to be able to swim, you know, whether it be summertime, you got an indoor pool so you can do laps, stay in shape, train for those triathlons, because, you know, we do actually have one of those around here every year.
Marathon,
that's right.
That's huge. It's one of the hardest road races here, in the whole U.S.
That's right, yeah.
So the hardest one, right here.
And why is that?
Well, I think it's our topography.
Yeah, we live in the mountains, right? So you got a lot of uphill.
Incline.
That's right, yeah. So with that, you know, if you want to stay in shape, you want to stay fit because you're wanting to get out and enjoy the beautiful countryside that we live in, then you're going to have options to be able to work out consistently. There's also some private gyms as well. So you've got CrossFit opportunities. You've got personal trainers.
Yes.
So you can go whichever route that you choose is going to be best for keeping you motivated and keeping you in shape.
So along those lines, let's just dive right into healthcare. We just recently did a great comprehensive video that talks about all the healthcare options that you have within Roanoke Valley. So be sure to check that out. But here in the Cave Spring area, it's really great because you have access to a lot of medical doctors and specialists that you may need.
Yeah, so you've got your independent offices as far as your doctors, your dentists, your chiropractors, your massage therapists, you know, tons of those.
Physical therapy.
Yeah, so you're not gonna be lacking when it comes to those options. But you know, when it comes to like immediate care, that type of thing, or you want to be convenient for your children, then Cave Spring is going to be a great spot for you. You've got Velocity Care, which is one of those urgent care centers. It's affiliated with Carillion. Then you've also got the Lewis Gale standalone ER that's new in the Cave Spring area that is, you know, tremendously convenient, and then also they do a great job of getting people in and out. You know, they're really fast there as far as their wait times are slow. So they post that all the time.
And one of the newest facilities that we're so excited to announce is the Carillion's Children Tanglewood Center. And so this is a massive facility that's right there at Tanglewood Mall, and it houses a lot of services and specialists right there under the same roof. So that's just brand new opening within the last 6 months or so, and it's really exciting to see.
Yeah. All right, so a lot of folks that are contacting us, they ask us about shopping in the Roanoke Valley. We will give you a caveat here. We are not the biggest shoppers when it comes to going out and shopping or even online shopping. However, we do know that there's some classic and some really great shopping in Cave Spring. And we're going to start off with, not our love necessarily, but we're going to start off with the national retailers, right?
Yeah, there's some pretty big national retailers here within the Cave Spring area. And like you said, I'm just not a big shopper. I've never really enjoyed it. I don't know, maybe it's trauma from teenage years, shopping for hours, looking for jeans. Who knows? I don't know. But I do like shopping for things. And there's a lot of stores that specialize in
if you drop her off at Tuesday morning, she might not ever come out. And then when she does come out, it's like, it's a free-for-all. Like, where'd all this come from?
That's right.
That's like once a year, though.
Yes, exactly. But nonetheless, we will dive into shopping. We have some really great shopping here. Some of those national retailers that you were talking about are Belk, Michaels, and TJ Maxx Home Goods. Those are all centered right there in Tanglewood Mall area. And then some smaller, more specialty shops include things like Joseph A. Bank and Chico's and Talbot's. Those have a good draw.
Yeah, and then we've also got some local boutique type shops like Punch Boutique. We've got Yared Shoes. We've got Francis Kahn. We've got a missing one, Alligator Alley.
Yes.
And then if you're looking for beverages, you can go to Wine Gourmet.
Now, what made you transition from
Clothing.
high-end boutique clothing? Maybe you have to celebrate after a day of shopping. It's still considered shopping, right? Food, beverages. But you're right, Wine Gourmet is a wonderful retailer that has a lot of
They have
selection.
wine and beer, and they just expanded, so they've got they've doubled the size, and they've got other things that you can purchase in there as well.
And barrel chest, right? Or did they move?
They moved to South Roanoke.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know.
They're still not too far away, but they've got tons of options for champagne, wine, and beers as well. So got a couple different specialty shops when it comes to wine, so you can support local versus going just to the Kroger, because we can buy wine and beer in Kroger.
So that's another thing, yeah. So we have ABC stores, obviously, as well in Cave Spring, but the grocery stores are all so close together. So you have a lot to choose
It's
from.
a triangulation of Kroger's in the Cave Spring area. So you've got 3 within like a mile of each other. So
And then a Food Lion.
and a Food Lion, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. So you're not going to want or be lacking when it comes to trying to find food for the household.
Yeah, and you're really close to Earth Fair as well as Fresh Market. So there's other options right there that, again, are close by.
Oh yeah, here we are, the one that I've been waiting for, which is restaurants, because you know I like to fill up my belly with some good food here in the Roanoke Valley.
Well, and it's just in time for lunch, so you must be getting hungry.
That's a recurring theme for us, I think. We must always shoot just before lunch for you guys, right? So anyway, so if I was going out to lunch right now, I mean, there is a plethora of options. Again,
Plethora.
there's a multitude of options. How's that? There's a multitude of options in Cave Spring. And I just took some clients to this particular restaurant last week. That's 419 West. So love 419 West. Always consistent.
Yeah, and they just have this big variety. I mean, you can get everything from pizza to burgers, but it's not
Steaks.
true like greasy American burgers and pizza. It's wood-fired.
Yeah.
And steaks, yeah. And it's just great. I like 419 West a lot. It's a good place if everybody wants something a little different. So,
Yep. And then another option is if you like Italian, there's a place called Romini's. So you can get salads, you can get pasta, you can get pizzas, you name it, Italian-wise, gonna be magnifique.
And let's go to Mexico. El Rodeo, up on the hill, is a terrific place for Mexican food. And they have this giant patio where you can overlook the valley and sip on your margaritas if that's your thing.
And I think that's where
really
we normally go for like your parents' birthday, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
They go hang out there, get some burritos, some beer, margarita, and you know, have a good celebration. So if you like Asian food, let's not forget about Cafe Asia too. The original Cafe Asia is out in Bonsack in North Roanoke County, but they've got a second location in Cave Spring it's really good Asian food. It's not super greasy and tastes excellent.
And again, it has a variety of fare there, and including sushi, which I really like.
Yep.
And I'll just do a quick plug for Bengai Sushi. That's a really good spot.
And
right beside Buffalo Wild Wings, I forgot. That's another restaurant. But we like to focus on locals, so.
We try to, absolutely.
We'll try to.
Yeah, and let's not forget in the same area as Cafe Asia too, just like one building over is Cast.
Oh, yeah.
Cast Restaurant. That's a newer one. It's been there for about 2 years, I think now. And they've got a variety of like smaller plate types of food and American food.
Yeah, and then one of my favorite places to go is Brambleton Deli. It's always a great spot for sandwiches, and just the fun of the atmosphere is really neat. It's just a good gathering spot. It's been in the community for a very long time.
Yeah, I just thought about this. The last time I walked in there, and as we're doing this video, it reminds me of like Cheers almost, right? It's like it's got, on one side it's got a really long bar, it's got TV, so you can watch sports there, that type of thing, but then very good variety of food, and you can just hang out with your buddies, hang out with your friends, go there as a family, and enjoy the atmosphere and enjoy the food.
Yeah, and then another spot is Burger in the Square, and that's a great place for all kinds of hamburgers. I mean, I can't even think of all the combinations that they have.
Tons of combinations, and they're handmade, you know, fresh ground beef, not super greasy, so, you know, you can get, you know, I always get like a double, because I'm like, I want all the meat I can get, right? So, double cheeseburger for me, yes.
And then let's switch it around just a little bit. Mill Mountain Coffee, a great place any time of the day, but primarily in the morning, right, and in the evenings. But we've had quite a few client meetings there, really nice atmosphere, big space. They have some outdoor seating as well. So Mill Mountain Coffee, love to support local, and they have numerous locations.
Yeah, and there they roast their own coffee, so you can buy it by the pound. You can get, you know, your any type of cappuccino, any type of fancy coffee you want, tea. They also have food there, so they've got wraps, they've got sandwiches, they've got
pastries,
eggs, bacon, whatever. So you've got options there when it comes to food as well. So you can just hang out for breakfast, lunch, and dinner if you wanted to.
You could. This is making me hungry again. So I think it's about lunchtime. What do you think?
Oh, yeah.
You know, even though I've lived here my whole life, except for Atlanta and Asheville for a little bit, but I'm born and raised here and we're back, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah, and we love it.
Yeah, oh yeah, I wouldn't move anywhere. So even though I was born and raised here, doing this video today gives me a new appreciation for the Cave Spring area.
Yeah, and if you are interested in the Cave Spring area or anywhere around the Roanoke Valley, feel free, make sure you do yourself a favor. Give us a call, shoot us a text, give us an email earlier than later so we can help you strategize for a visit, for tours of homes, or even buying a home, because we want to help you lay out a strategic plan for successful move to Roanoke.
Yay!